3, check, check. Okay. OBS says I'm online. Stats say I'm online. And it looks like I am online. So we will check how the audio sounds as we actually get into stuff. I think we should talk to this guy.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I'm going to turn them up just a bit. You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I'm going to crank them up just a tad more. I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Let's see. My partner told me you may have some ammonia.
Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
We need
Of course.
directions.
Where to?
That's all.
No problem.
What is
Excuse
this
me?
F the police business?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
The street sign says F
Oh.
the police.
Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
It's alright, I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
I have
course.
to run.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing, can I borrow
Sure,
your gloves?
keep them. I have another pair.
Okay, so. Got gloves. We got ammonia, a handkerchief, and a pen.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
Ooh.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
Open the
In
door.
the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
How do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press
The
engine start.
dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canela comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
A metallic drawer
Check out
slides
the
out
toolbox.
from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tool.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take
The
the
pry
pry
bar
bar.
feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavy, cold and heavy, like truth. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Let's take the flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the radio on.
In this case, I'm just gonna...
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering
The
streak.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around
A
you.
rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere in the middle of a broken plaza in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime. Two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but
Ah, Martinez.
Where
Let
are
me
we
see.
on this?
Right here.
Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Look at the perforation.
there are many of them, and they are divided into three separate rows.
Tally up the
The
different
first
rows.
row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Fair enough. What about the next
The
one?
next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3. That's it.
That's it.
What do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18 years I've done this. Got drunk like a megastar. Walked the land, telling of whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,000, however many days remaining. Hobo under a boat. Boring office job. Do you really think I have any idea? I'm gonna go with got drunk like a megastar.
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
I was expecting a higher number, honestly.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Have you ever killed
Yes.
anyone, Kim?
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a
Why not
hobby.
gardening? You've already got...
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard
Yeah.
lately.
You have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bai, badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Okay, so let's look through all of our new stuff that we got. So we got tools. Those seem pretty good. Hold on. Okay, hold on. How do I... Because that flashlight is going to get distracting.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Mail collection box. You should
The
man
mailbox
up.
does not know how to man up. It is an inanimate object.
FU box. Ooh.
There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the levantor. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
Rub your toe. You think so? You think
I
it was
don't.
cool?
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
I feel like it makes sense to recover everything. Although we have the ammonia now, right? Can we do stuff with this?
There he still is, looking right.
Hold on. How do I use the ammonium?
There are several footprints in the mud.
Ooh, what's here?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Why am I looking at this pile?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're two. There it is.
Pull the panels aside.
You see a shabby little door.
Let's investigate. I agree. Empty tube of magnesolon. What's this?
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police
Perhaps
should
not.
interfere.
This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no?
Ooh, hello. Money. These load screens are a little long. Barrels are halfway full of rainwater. There we go. I like that. Doorway is going to collapse soon. Pillars. Ooh, a postcard. Postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillsides, like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infected slum. Okay. Oh, money.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the red. Man down. A trooper has been left behind the enemy. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak.
A cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a hep. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Let's go for it.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Now that is
Yes,
a huge
that's one way of
crane.
putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops?
Yeah, not right now. I'm trying to find a way into the industrial part. Can we actually get there from here?
Yes. Hey, Missing Crusader, welcome back to the chat. I've made my way onto a roof, and I don't know where I am. Or I know where I am, I don't know how to get where I'm going. Plastcop, welcome to the chat. So I am going to ignore
the area I just found there, because I have no idea how to do things. Actually, it's the afternoon now. I forget what time the thing in the restaurant opened up. I should check on that. All right. Let me see here. Was it... Let's see, I think it would have said on the door, right? Or was it this door? Kitchen reserved for personnel until 13. Where was the other thing? I remember reading something in here that was like reserved for something. Maybe it was the reserved for personnel thing? Let's see. I don't think I talked to this person.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in
I'm
the cold
signalling that the
because...
store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school or
I
something?
do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School is stupid. You're lucky not to be
Mum
there.
says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed
Nothing really,
businesses?
sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How does this cursed
It does
manifest
not
itself?
manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestation.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse
Maybe I
for
can
now.
tell you about some of our books instead.
Okay, see you around. It looked like I could ask her about the different genre of books, but I think I'll probably have more luck inside talking to the owner. Sports magazines. Oh, hello.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
So are you the owner
I
of the store?
am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
I'm doing good. I had today off because yesterday was the 4th of July, American Independence Day. Whoops. Oh, I think I was missing health, so that's actually fine. What if I want to buy a
Then why
book?
are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves
Thank
there?
you.
Go, be drawn.
So what types of books
Everything
do you
is
have?
on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books
Truth
you
be told,
have
not
for
really.
sale?
My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Where do you learn about the
The truth is
important
available
things
if you
then?
just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
All right, I'll have a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
The girl outside mentioned this
Cursed?
place is
Who said
cursed.
that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robust...
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. feels ghostly.
Your daughter's the one
Annette,
standing
yes,
outside,
my
right?
daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelling...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends, how much do you pay the kid?
Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Slap the cuffs on her.
I formally reprimand you for your
Oh, of
corrupt
course,
activities.
officer. Good work.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The way you're handling her
Mind
strikes
your own
me as
business,
wrong.
sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
The
Let's
woman
change
before
the
you.
subject, and I guess stop talking to her. Ooh, the kitchen in the restaurant should be open.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees.
She's right. Those curtains give off some eerie vibes. Better not mess with it.
Let's just pull open these curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I will...
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
This is about the curse?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I'm going to open them.
Please just talk to me, officer.
Lies. Rip them. There is something mysterious about the curtains. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
They're putting a lot of, checks before just opening this curtain.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and...
I warned you, you're unleashed.
I'll be the judge of that.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms.
Oh yeah, I'm
It
glad you
appears
got
to
some
be-
sleep this time, because isn't it really early in the morning you're over there? Or would it be late at night?
What if you just break it down?
Oh yeah, that's early. Let's just try to break it down. We got a 42% chance. Oh.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Smash into the door and shout, F the system. there's a loading screen. This is quite a lot for, You have something to say?
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flash.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason?
Yes. No need to look.
Okay, so he did say I should probably have the, oops, flashlight on. I have a shot put ball. Wall bars.
A barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world why does it feel so familiar?
Is this
No,
familiar 'cause I'm a weightlifter?
it's not that. It's just a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Let's try to lift it. I think that was a failure. Ooh, okay. Damaged health.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
Seems like I'm a little
Proper
out of shape,
weightlifting
or maybe
gloves
these
would
gloves
definitely
just
afford a
suck.
better grip.
Okay. So what about this shot put ball that I found? A ball used for playing shot put. Hold on to this and make good use of it. Okay. Anything else I can investigate? Always blocked by old window panes and debris. Ooh, lots of money.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins. Hey, who are all those creatures? Fantasies, one of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the
It's
Welkins.
Vara
Here's an-
Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be the Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures.
Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so
Some
much
people
time on
really
this?
like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Just
Let's
look at
move
those
on.
details.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect
The photo
photos.
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal
Breakthrough
energy
imminent.
engulfs the world as Wirral
What does
becomes
that
untethered
mean?
from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Let's check out the
This
schedule.
is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
What
As
happened?
time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Ardamakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
All right. So we got Hobocop. Ooh, what's this?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks like a diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
What am I
Radio
looking at?
frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
what? So we're dealing
think
with
so?
something medical here.
The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program.
Wait, who's
Someone
the game
very
master?
important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
If it's a
Whoever
game,
decides to
then who's
call in
playing?
to a call-in station, all of this is gone.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do
The
you
schedule.
say that?
I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What
Nothing.
else?
It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long.
It's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of like meta commentary on like the process of making a game in this area. Ooh, what is that?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button, a piece of paper.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Leave. So I think we need to find like a memory thing for that, probably. I already looked in the drawers there. Ooh, what's this? Even more money.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
How are they planning to do
Through
that?
call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of...
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Koenig. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing
Indeed,
game.
those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We World board game, with hit death thrown in.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay.
Production schedule filament memory. Oh. Is this... If I put this in this thing, will that do something?
Tiles on the cube are
Insert
still
the production
like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnet. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some aliens. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the
The
production
filament
schedule?
you have inserted into the reader.
You mean the glowing thing I put
Yes.
inside?
Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
You should ask her for a hint.
A password? I'm really bad at
No.
passwords. Can you give me a hint? Is it my birthday?
Still, no.
This is the place.
I am
please open the door.
contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this film.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
I don't know the
Received.
password.
That sounds bad. A login. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the key.
Leave.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Okay. So that seemed pretty good. Like, ooh, what's through here? Whatever it is, it's loading. Wind howls from the coal chute above. Oh, hello.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful.
What is
The
this thing?
lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The
What's
shelves
inside?
are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note
You
from the
pocket
door.
the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine
A
the
friendly
wrapper.
cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant
Good
bear-shaped
question.
fridge doing in an
It looks like an
abandoned
ice
cellar?
cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this
I know.
hyper carnivore?
What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Let's close the door. And... ooh, a new interactable thing.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I wonder who
Looks
wrote
like
that
someone
note.
from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised
I'm
they
liking
just
this
left
game
their
a lot.
property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in
That's
a
a
hurry.
plausible hypothesis.
Who's the illiterate ginger
Really?
kid?
You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
But yeah, I'm loving this game. Like, it's like everything I love in an RPG. Like lots of talking, lots of sort of obscure uses for stats.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Let's put the note away. I think we got everything we wanted out of that conversation. Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Ooh, what is this? Hidden doorway. Rusty pipes. Ooh.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Looks like there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect
Most
the
of them are
rifles.
rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Where
Seems
are
like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does this mean?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence.
He likes this find.
Okay, so if I go, we've got yeah, the fact that they read every dialogue option is really helpful.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. You slip your
crack open the
fingers
lid.
under the frozen lid, but the ice is... If you want to try again, then you...
Equip the pry bar by going to the tool.
Okay, so I need to actually... Where is it? Because I picked that up earlier. So, take this pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to
Pry
be
bar
frozen
not
shut.
strong enough. I mean, let's try it
The
anyway.
ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty... You see the
this?
pry bar's metal handle bending.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
advanced. Where
I
do we
have
go?
no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's... Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying. It's all gone now. You'll never become it. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some...
Ooh, we definitely need the health, so I'm glad I found that.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric...
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I unplugged it.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing. An
Unplugged
electric
the giant
sizzle.
red caper.
The room is slightly quieter now.
Okay.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churn. Turning the crank is all gone now. What better to assuage...
That's just all the same stuff. So those stairs probably go somewhere else. Let me see if like the if anything changed in here now that I
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
look
It's
inside
dark
the furnace.
and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talk.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkle. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarin warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
Authority. I actually have I have a good chance of doing this.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
And this protects you. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
A
Kick it
hollow
with your
ring
foot.
goes through the furnace.
Ooh.
Your toe hurts. Bent metal, broken glass. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair. Anti-object task force, you say? So let me go... Oh, right. I was going to check and see if anything changed with the fridge now that it's not plugged
The
in.
bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power.
Let's close that. Let's go up this way. These load screens are kind of long. There we go. Oh.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody stuck.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Please don't do it.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Oh, so that's like for calling people. So I guess to sort of solve the mystery here, I will need I'll need a better pry bar. Unless there's anything else I can find.
Your flashlight slides. Some of the writing has faded.
Okay, so there's nothing new on there. Oh, is this an area I haven't gone through? Postcard La Delta.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. Very, very bad. This is the end. Bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark.
Wait, am I dead? I thought I still had health. I was not.
Cops.
Oh. Well, I do have an autosave here. Let's see how far back this autosave is. I guess that's the first death. I probably should have been paying more attention to my health.
A heavy... What if you just break it down? Only echo. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to
First, check your
steady
posture.
breathing. Solid core. You've got this.
Check
The
your
room
surroundings.
is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish.
What
It's
about-
made of a solid block of wood. but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of
Oh,
rust.
this time I failed
It
to
should
check.
be doable. Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Let's see.
Are you alright?
What is going on there? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door.
Okay. But... Oh, hold on. I had a thought here. Okay, that was just the normal thinking.
Several maps have been... The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches them. The north coast to the east, rolling hillside.
Is this all just
It's
a
somewhere.
thing?
It's so small. No, Coal City is... No, this is somewhere to be.
Can I buy these
I'm
maps?
sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the Martinez
That
one
old
so
thing.
cheap?
It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never... From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years... They didn't get that far. For some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone... Always
buy
good to
it.
be informed of your surroundings.
I didn't trust my chances.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime.
Sir, please, no browsing. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health.
How does that
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you wholeness, unity. But when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind. Various paranatural
Interesting.
books still...
Okay, so we got a map.
The worn map features the patchwork grid. Your
There's
finger
some
moves
path
through
through
the various streets. Across, finally, coming to a halt on the spot with
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal.
Okay, so basically I have a map now.
a small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related an endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the... There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything
There's a
that
box
really
that
catches my
says
eye.
Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastic nonsense for anemic Beano-clods.
I'll leave. But now we know. Oh. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, like, I'm happy you're just here enjoying the stream. And if you guys are tired, like, by all means, you should sleep or anything like that. I appreciate you stopping by and tuning in. Game is very loud compared to my voice. Okay, I will turn that down just a touch then. Let's see how that is. You don't even go that much. There we go. Oh, this was blocked off before, and that's why. Let's try talking to... Oh, I probably won't even be able to talk to Kuno, though, about...
Fuck does Kuno care?
I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of...
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Thank you. What's with the tube of magnesolum, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After all what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secret. Kuno...
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it.
Found a plate covered with powder residue.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eye.
Could I get into the harbor
Of
from
course
the
you
roof?
fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig.
Tried that. Didn't go so well.
Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno style.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head.
What?
What is this shit?
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
I've heard enough of
Good
this.
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay. Oh, the hobo cop breakthrough is gonna happen again. Learning cap for Shivers raised. Oh, I have a map now. Oh, it even tells me where I have things. That's really convenient, actually.
go. The pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno.
She means it. The fear is real.
I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You there behind the fence.
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
You can still see the top of her hat.
Oh, the kitchen should be opened up. And we can't do the stuff we did before because I messed up that check with the door, so... I also saw, looking at the map, it looked like the broken window check can be redone. So maybe I'll go check on that. Maybe if I repair it, he'll forgive some of my debt. Dishes are drying.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. It must be his name, Goranci. Goranci Kubek. Sounds representative.
Hello, sir. Got
The
time for a
man
few
puts
questions?
his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Got
He
some impressive
smiles
pots there.
and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Stay masculine. So I guess we're gonna need some way of whatchamacallit. Why is the tooltip that says bullets still up on my screen? I think that's a glitch. I guess let's go upstairs. So let me see here.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
This is an expression of me, my
I have no idea what that
individualism.
means.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold
Oh, so I can't redo that check, at least not yet.
The bed is cold and not particularly
Okay, so that's the bed. I guess that's a locked door.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall, In it, your face, adorned with the
Okay,
expression.
these are all checks I can't redo. Oh, can we talk to the lady? I guess not.
The door is closed.
No.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
I'm so
The
alone.
door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care. This
Try
door
again.
can only be opened with a key.
Knock
Still
again.
no answer.
Knock again, much
Still
harder.
no. The lieutenant, he doesn't like where this is going. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Punch
You
the
slam
door.
your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts.
Stop that.
Knock again,
Still,
much harder.
he doesn't like. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Suppress
The
the
murmur
urge.
in your ears.
Leave.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for.
Okay. So that's the same one we already had. Let's learn about socioeconomics.
Bent metal. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate
Gaze upon me,
kudos.
stuff in despair. Okay. So all that is stuff we like already did or have.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can't ask him about the...
The man ponders his.
What if I go...
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch
The
the
cobalt
door.
blue surface feels rough to touch. The stain.
Try
The
to
door
push the
does
door.
not budge.
I wonder where the door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
The door and the main
If you
investigation
say
will
so.
merge into a stereo
Gart is the person
investigation.
to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
So let's add...
Can I help you? Another thing.
Mysterious door.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key. Yes?
So no key. I guess let's head out into the world. See what we can find. Ooh, who are you?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So how long you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need?
Got any smokes on
Nope.
you?
Don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You left the ask around elsewhere.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachal's weird.
Tell me more about this
It's
strike.
like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union
Some pretty
demanding?
wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company
They want
wants?
to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Anything else? I should
Anything
know?
else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of
Us
who?
lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
Know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Could I get one of the
We're
track
pals
shoots
and
you're
all,
hauling?
but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
That's your machine
This
behind
rockin'
you?
beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, these lorries are pretty neat.
For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this
So
Not
nothing
unless they've
illegal?
illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
I have another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Let's try for this empathy check.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Man, you look sad. What's going on with
I'm
you?
okay, man. Just... the jams got me down. The fumes, the chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretched on the frames and the dull engines off.
Maybe the full-on, direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
I'm gonna
Don't
leave
be a
for now.
stranger.
Good talk. Okay, so we auto-saved. Oh, so the map is gonna show me now. So I've got a lot of interfacing checks that have happened.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is
A
this?
silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV." Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
What did this king do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did. High above you, the king.
Okay. Oh, hello. Who are you?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Excuse me, ma'am. I've
No
got to
response.
ask you a question.
Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Random?
Nothing. Her smile. No, this one is a monster in disguise.
Snap your fingers in front of her face.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why?
If you say so. I feel like maybe I need to sneak out at night when he's not next to me. Ooh, that looks like money. Can I talk to this guy, or is he just a guy? Oh, I see.
What did he just call you?
Scab?
What exactly
A
is
kind
a
of a
scab?
worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like
Gotta
them
be
much.
bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez to investigate a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
You're right, it's almost impossible.
Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me.
What's the strike about,
You know,
anyway?
serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I
And
don't
we can run
operate
through
in
the
that
gate.
capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the
Measurehead.
2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason it doesn't seem like it's gonna be
Don't
that
worry, I'm
easy.
sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone
Not
ever
yet, no.
bested him?
He's...
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Got it. Another
Sure.
thing. I feel like asking for money isn't gonna go anywhere. Oh, who are you? I can talk to you.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us?
beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of a cause
Rights
are we
of
talking
people.
about?
Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
I don't think I've
be
chosen
time.
any sides yet.
Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
I have some questions.
Maybe you should
for
ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Who are all these
Honest men and women with rights. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they are.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What exactly is
We
your
were
goal
promised
here?
work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
Okay, I want
The
to
physically
discuss something
impressive
else.
man tower has turned.
I'm just gonna read that. Is this okay? This is free again. Okay, there's no lock picking or door kicking that one. Gotta.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Say nothing. Size
Are
him up
you
first.
admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Am Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
My body's unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to
That
get
is
into the
precisely
hole.
the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right. I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter. the
No,
harbor.
you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do
Begging
my
for
job.
help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and power. You dominated lesser cultures. like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Koikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Push him out of... Ooh.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punching. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Yeah. So... I don't like the implications of this check, so I'm just gonna...
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
You serve the Union,
don't
aren't
be
they?
vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
You still
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Individualism is my jam.
Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
It's true, I am a rock and roll star and a
Rock
rebel.
and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life left in it. My people abandoned it long ago. It leads only to neurodegenerative herpes and heroin overdoses. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
I don't really know who the Seminese are. I've recently experienced head
I
trauma.
can see that. The Simonese are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Simonese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
So you're not really Seminese, you're just from
I'm
Revachol.
from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simonese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
I don't
What do
think
you think
anything
about
about this. We are wasting our time.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between your legs. Contemplate it. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not superior?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sir Laclef and the other Vesper?
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Hul. That is the only reason you are.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
I think I'll just come back and try to knock him out later. Or find some other path. Who's this guy? Did I talk to this guy?
Welcome to Revachol.
Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Limbo, what's going on
Oh,
here?
come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I got your back.
You do make a cute couple. Whatever you say, officers.
I
found this mug in the trash. Is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
What was that argument
It's
all
about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to
change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
Oh, so you're just a racist.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been... People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Okay, what else have you thought of?
Lately we Occidentals
I was thinking about that second option, but I don't know if it reads as sarcastically as I want it to.
Cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
Yeah, what's the problem with that then?
The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
I've already made up my mind. Yeah, I'm not down with
Don't
this.
push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Gotta smoke?
He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
You're smoking one
It's
right
my
now?
last one.
You hiding smokes from
Why
me?
would I do that? I'm an honest man.
I oughta.
But what, officer?
Say nothing.
Sorry I couldn't be of any help. No.
He's got a smoke right there.
And I'm gonna need the one you're
Can't
smoking.
have it.
Confiscating it
Evidence
as
of
evidence.
what? I haven't done anything. But, sorry I couldn't be of any help.
What are you hollering?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What kind of cargo are you
Apples.
supposed to pick up? Apples?
Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
We're done for now. So let me think. Who have I not? Or I guess I haven't gone here.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup.
Welcome back.
Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I
All
can
good.
see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Shouldn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
I mean, I've got a high chance of success here.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
I hope
God,
plastic
this
gets
is
a restful
You feel the
sleep.
familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. The
Feel
cold
the ball.
metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Take in
A
the
chilly breeze
surroundings.
ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
Yeah, so my regular schedule is I stream every Monday and Wednesday starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I go until around 10 p.m. Central Time, Mondays and Wednesdays. I've been thinking about I've been thinking about adding like a third day, but I don't know when I would do that. That's like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. for you. I appreciate you guys coming to check the stream out and stuff though that early in the day.
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right tricep,
I
that's
don't
for
care
sure.
if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 pool.
P-tank?
Yes, pétanque. You ruined our pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix
Good.
this.
Mistakes are forgiven. when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try.
Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Do you know anything about the man
Unfortunately,
hanging in
I
the
don't.
backyard?
Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the
In
locals?
Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a
Cop
problem with
is a
cops.
pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
I saw the statue of
Ah,
Philip
yes.
III.
King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself.
Elysium is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
What was that about cocaine?
Paul Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the risk? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
What was that about higher realms?
It's really
Sounds
not.
interesting.
Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to invest.
Talk about something
Right.
else. Autosave. Place the lost pool. Come on. Select. There we go. Who are you? Ooh, I have a bag. So now I can collect things. Let's see, where is this the...
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your
Insert the
bottles
box.
clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're 100% sure you've got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
Okay, so now...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Let's see, I think... Oh, I think there's going to be more bottles there.
There.
He's about to
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your duct. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Okay. The ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
Not being hungover helps too.
Do it without
No.
me, I just can't get
This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. You need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over,
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. So, I got... Oh, I used the ammonia. And then... Okay, so I actually need to go unlock some more slots. So let's just go find people to talk to, I guess.
There are clothes inside. Cheap.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the...
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird poly...
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Find something worth salvaging.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
Discard the wool
No
pants.
luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep support.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched at...
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes...
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
Inspect
A
the
pair of
sneakers.
Falm Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Falm sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Inspect
These
the
once
speakers.
respectable speakers have...
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
But I already looked at the sneakers.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
Can't I just buy
No
the
way,
sad
officer.
speakers?
These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself.
Well, if you... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Okay, like... My... thing is still... Okay, so I will take those bottles to sell. Ooh, I got fingerless gloves. Those might actually be good for the weightlifting thing.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
First things first, what are you doing here?
My friend Barry the
on
Butcher is
waterlock?
stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Do you know what
I
caused the
wasn't here to
wreckage?
witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words, daredevil.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further
Well,
down
there's
the
the
coast?
fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some
Sure
of the
thing.
salami?
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
See ya. And then... Oh, that actually gives a boost to electrochemistry. Pawn shop.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Let's try.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
Win her
Yes.
back?
But this sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Big men on big horses.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This looks like Renee.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them...
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys.
So we have a figurine.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says, Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Are you sure this is
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music. Is the Harman Welshi W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there.
Well, I don't have that kind of money, but that sounds interesting.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persists.
700
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
What do you mean transformations?
Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Where did you get this?
It was...
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Okay. Can we talk to the guy?
It's not often that I see officers from the art. What can I...
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm
Oh
interrupting
no,
you.
not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the
It
collection.
keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many others. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
We might be need to our
I doubt
investigation.
it. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Actually, that's all
The
I've got.
pawnbroker's gaze.
Okay, let's head out of the pawn shop. Now that it's 16, I think that was when the union thing opened at the restaurant. Oh, but you know what? If I can ever get into that door in the bookstore again, I do remember there was a shot put ball in there. Oh, so that didn't open, but there is a person.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long. Let's
Attaboy.
drink a clock.
It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
I've been secretly
There
thinking
he
about it
is,
all this
the
time.
old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking calmly. The lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter.
What are you doing? We
Investigating.
should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That...
Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Okay. These are just people.
The man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, Wild Pines. Insert on the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably...
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait.
Try to wake up this
There is
guy.
only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Why the yelling, man?
You're alive?
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police more than they usually do, at least.
Tell me about
That's the
Wild
name
Pines.
of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total
Good.
madhouse.
Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment. For one, I could get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
Why are you
They
sleeping here while
got
the
it.
others are
Majorette's
striking?
got it. He's guarding the gate. I just getting some sleep. Or was.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess.
Who's behind
We are
organizing the strike?
the workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no
Okay.
leader?
I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What about the dead body in the yard?
What about it?
I'm just trying to figure out what
You
you know
know,
about it.
people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you
I
know.
can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
The trouble is already here. Or how else would you call a dead man hanging from a tree?
They say your guy was a killer. Your tree man. He has friends, same as him, killers. There's only one thing they know well. How to wreak havoc.
Who says
Everyone. It's a local rumor.
that? You're saying things might
You
get
heard what
violent
I
around
said.
here?
Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know. And I prefer to...
So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepy Hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal. Knocks you right out when you drown a bottle or two.
Alright, I'll
The
let you
dock worker doesn't answer. His
We almost at... Okay, so there's my new quest. I am very close to a full-on level up. So I guess just to take stock of everything I can do right now. I can, in terms of investigating the body, seems to me like the best way to go is to find somewhere to get the experience to level up and unlock some new slots. And then in terms of getting into the warehouse, we've kind of got a couple avenues to explore. Because we could try to fight our way past the guy. I guess we could always go back and talk to him. Although the option it was looking like I was going to have to follow for that was maybe not what I would prefer. Or I can jump to where my coat is.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the... The door rattles against your knuckles. The door rattles again, but this time...
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not
No.
joking.
I already told you. I won't be responsible. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door.
Who am I
Doesn't matter
speaking
who I am. Now go on, get out. The police? No. I already... Go check the backyard.
So basically we do have to.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Get out there. Finding loads of magnesium.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake
I'm
her
glad to
hand.
see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, Madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
What can you tell me about
Everything.
the strike?
Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about
First,
trade
you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
Wouldn't want to disturb
I'm
an
glad you
octopus.
see it that way.
Better let it be.
To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your
I
role in
believe
this
the official
precisely?
title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the talks going
Let's say
before?
I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes.
Okay then.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
I like
Then
it.
you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy.
Oh yeah, that's a
Personally,
good one.
I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker, a member of the board.
What exactly do they mean by it, though? What's the
It's
demand?
quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going
I'm not
to do?
sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
As much as I enjoy some of the funny answers, I worry about, like, accidentally making a plot important NPC really mad at me or something.
And now,
So I'm playing it a
people are
little
getting
safer
lynched, I hear.
with people
Behind
like
the
this.
whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs at the gate,
The
did you put them
scabs?
there?
You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Tell me about the union
Everard
boss.
Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that
He is
bad?
the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two
Yes,
of him?
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself, outside the Brothers
The
Clare?
Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Honestly, of these answers, I don't know which one I would pick. I mean, they do seem to be getting what they want.
Why do you think
An
so?
effective advocate for the rights of the local working men. Let's see. I'm having trouble with this one. I feel like 3 is maybe the closest to my view on this, which would be like, as long as the union's getting what's best for the workers, who cares what they're doing? But on the other hand, answer 1 here seems fun. So I'm going to go with answer 1.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. They're an interesting composition, albeit vile. But enough about Evrart. What else can I do for you?
You said something
I'm glad
happened
you
in the
asked.
elections?
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I
Of
need
course.
here. Let's change the topic.
How else can I help?
What can you tell
Quite
me
a
about
few
the lynching?
things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from... And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
I don't seem
How
to have
curious.
my badge, actually.
Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
It's related to
see.
my unusual medical
So, are
episode.
you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know.
Oh,
I don't
dear.
remember anything.
Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia? I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of
I
arrangement would
mean,
it be?
favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
Let's try it.
Feelings will guide the way.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me
You
either.
know,
We all share the responsibility for
83%
disarming this
chance.
situation.
We
I
roll
hope you have a badge
snake
for me as soon
eyes.
as possible. Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
You have so much else, I have this.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
This boat.
Officer.
Ooh. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There was only the coast
You
and this
know,
lynching.
I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want,
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting...
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to just...
Like
The
what?
Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RC. Or you can find your...
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
We could just, find my
Oh,
badge.
that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge... You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
I'll handle the situation.
I'm sure you will, Detective. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hit. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information.
That was a smart thing. Also, let me unlock a slot so that I can learn volumetric shit compressor.
You're back.
Okay.
Good.
Tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straight.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The material comes from Samara to Resertball through the terminal.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock.
Wildpine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
You want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean?
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. Albeit...
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
What proof do you have the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded like that, is it?
We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will... Thousands?
Well, at least this solves why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in. On my...
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you...
Okay.
Yes?
We will take the case.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course,
thank you. That's all for now. Let's see.
Socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
So... should level up some of my intellect skills, because right now they're at 0. Or some of them are at 0, and that's not good. Or it doesn't seem like it would be good. Although actually, looking at the time, it is getting kind of late here. So I may have to save this for another time. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and save this for another time. Because who knows how long this quest chain is gonna be. Yeah, my next stream will be on Wednesday. I'll be playing Persona 3 some more, so that'll be good. And then Disco Elysium will be next Monday. So yeah, I will see you on Wednesday.